Good morning, everybody. Hey, come with us. We're headed to the shop right now. We are good. We got a couple things to work on, but I have a big idea I want to share with you guys. And for the beginners and for the companies trying to train their beginners, like, I think I've got this thing kind of dialed in. So, guys, come with us to the shop. I'm going to share some good ideas with you, and hopefully it triggers some response. So we'll talk to you guys when we get to the shop. All right, guys, so we made it back to the shop. My idea and what I'm going to try to produce for YouTube, not only is it going to be for YouTube, but it's going to wind up being for us. One of the issues we have is bringing on crews. We're constantly needing to train crews. We're constantly needing to elevate crews, which is a good thing. I mean, I love bringing on guys that are pretty green into the industry, maybe guys that have a couple years in the industry and they still need help. Everybody can use some help. Everybody can get better. See, one of the things in our industry that kind of just drives me flipping crazy is when somebody hits a level that they believe is what they need to be and where they need to be, they quit learning. They quit trying. They quit, trying to elevate and get better. So in this thing, what I'm going to do is this is going to be for the beginners. This is going to be for the pipe fitters. This is going to be for the welders. This is going to be for, the superintendents, the PMs, the estimators. We are going to start building a series of videos circle around each skill, right? So the general laborers, we're going to teach you how to pick a harness. If you're going to go buy a harness, a fall protection harness, these are the things you need to look for. If you're not going to buy it, try to get one that does, has a waist belt, maybe has a couple pouches on it, kind of the reasons why you need those things. And then we're going to kind of explain the safety side of why you need the harness, what are the things you need to be putting the harness on, how to tie off, how to do all that stuff. Things that I am going to build in a video series that explain simple, basic things. This is going to allow those guys to, okay, yeah, this is how you adjust this is how it's going to fit, this is going to be my harness for the duration of this job. This is how you take care of it. You don't want them sitting in the sun. You'll sun bleach them and sun rot them and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm going to do the same thing with the pipe fitters. One of the things that is overlooked so much in our industry, especially the piping industry, is how flippin' important a pipe fitter is. A welder is important, don't get me wrong. Nothing's gonna happen unless the welder does it right. In our business, in our company, it's a 3-strike rule. If you get 3 repairs, you're out. If you get a cutout, you're out. Like there's things that require the welder to be very precise, very, they are a skilled trade. But and it's becoming more and more common, which is a sad thing, because when I was welding, you needed to learn how to fit, you needed to learn how to hang your own pipe, you needed to learn how to, what's a tie-in, how to fit your tie-ins, how to do things like that, how to work with the labor hands that are putting your pipe up, how to explain to them how your 2 holes are running, things like that. That was how I came up in the industry. Nowadays, it is not that way. Nowadays, everybody wants to sit on their thumbs and hang out and not really do a lot and just nobody wants to learn because they're scared of making a mistake or they're scared of looking stupid or whatever that looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a series around how to fit freaking pipe. That is huge. That is a big thing in our industry that needs to happen. You need to be able to go to a YouTube channel, click on pipe fitting and say, okay, I have to miter some pipe fittings. I have to take a 90-degree fitting and take it to 72 degrees. How do I do that? I actually have videos on that already, but I am going to clean them up and I'm going to make them better. How do you do a takeoff on a slip-on flange, right? It's different than a weld neck flange because every slip-on flange is the exact same takeoff, right? It's a 1/2 inch. You need to be a 1/2 inch takeoff. That's how you do your takeoffs on slip-on flanges. Your weld necks, how to come up with your takeoffs on that. If you're TIGging, what's your gap? How to take off on that. I'm going to teach you guys how to read ISOs. As far as the pipe fitters go, I'm going to teach you guys how to draw the ISOs. I'm going to teach you guys how to go pull the measurements. I am going to teach you guys how to do that. They're going to be series. They're going to be things that, I'm going to make a little blurb. Here's a 5-minute video on how to freaking fix it or miter a fitting. Here's a video on how to do your takeoffs. Here's a video on how to draw your ISOs. I'm going to do the same thing for the welders. Okay, guys, this is how you fit up a piece of pipe. This is what the inside needs to look like. This is how you purge a piece of pipe. This is how you check temp. If you're preheating, how to write down your weld mapping, how when you look at an ISO, how to put the heat numbers, the fitting numbers, your stencil. When it comes back to the office to do all of our weld mapping, everything needs to be dialed in and right. I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. Not only that, we're going to teach you guys how to kind of look at jobs. We're going to start teaching the management kind of what we want as far as, hey, when you show up to a job, these are the things that need to be in place. This is what needs to be happening. The safety, we're going to bring in safety guys to build videos with us because there are certain things that have to be hung in offices that if OSHA shows up and it is not hung in the office, it is a fine. What does your PPE look like? What does what does a job site need to look like? What does cleanliness need to look like? How to schedule a job? One of the things I'm learning right now as far as myself is tact planning. Jason Schroeder, absolutely amazing guy. All the credit goes to him. He is top notch. I'm signed up for his tact planning stuff. I got Daniel signed up for it. Tubbs is signed up for it. And then the other thing I'm doing is I'm going to his superintendent PM boot camp. Now, do I need to do that? Not necessarily. We hire really good superintendents. We hire really good guys that can handle the jobs and do the jobs. But the issue is I don't know how to do what they do. Now, am I ever going to be as good as they are? Probably not. Reason being is that is what they are dedicated to doing, right? But I can become better at what I do. And that means that I'm going to go to the trainings. I'm going to go learn how to do this stuff, right? The other thing we're going to do is basic crane stuff. We just wound up, as Impact, we just sent four or five guys to crane training. I was involved in it, Daniel, Tubbs, Taylor, and then BJ. We all went to crane training. We're all certified in a TSS crane, lattice crane. The reason being, and one of the reasons we sent Daniel and myself, am I going to run a crane? Maybe every now and then, not very often. Is Daniel going to run a crane? Same thing, probably not very often. The reason we went to the crane training is to learn how to read the load charts. We're going to learn how to set up the cranes. We're going to learn how to maneuver the cranes. What's going to happen when we bring on a crane company, right? So we went to these trainings so that we could learn this stuff. It's going to help us in the estimating side. The reason we went to it is for the estimating side, for the scheduling side, for the learning how to set up a job. Daniel can now take that information that he learned. He knows how to read a load chart. He knows how to do all this stuff. He can call in crane companies, say, hey, what kind of crane do you got? What is available? What does your load charts look like? And then he can determine when he looks at an overview of a job, okay, this piece of equipment, 60,000 pounds. We're going to need a pad set up right here. This is how this works. This over here, we're going to need a crane to mobilize over here. We're going to need a crane to mobilize over here. Within these three zones, we can set all the equipment, and depending on your weights and everything else. That is why we went to crane training. It was for our estimating. It's for us to help the contractor that might be coming to help us. It's not necessarily for us to run the crane. It's for us to know how to help the person that's going to be helping us. So, guys, that's kind of my idea. That's kind of the big idea of what I have going on right now. We're going to start putting out videos that are going to be maybe dumbed down to the point of where, the more experienced guys are going to be like, man, no, this is too dumbed down. Well, you're going to have a guy show up on your job one day that doesn't know how to do something. And it's going to be like, okay, look, you need to do this. You need to learn how to read this tape measure. Here's the harness video. Watch this thing. It's going to take you 5 minutes. Go pick out a harness and know why you wear this thing. I know that like 798, they use some of our videos in their pipe fitting stuff. We're going to build pipe fitting videos that are worth sharing with your crews. The reason being is we think that is an industry that needs to be elevated big time, which are very, very important. The general labor hands are going to know how to read a P&ID. The welders are going to know how to read a P&ID, and the fitters are going to know how to do that as well. It's super important to know how to do it. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy these series. I know this was kind of a long-winded video, maybe a lot of repeats, but I'm really excited about it, and I hope it helps you guys as much as it's going to help us. Everybody, we'll talk to you here in a bit.